Hello students, how are you? Today I welcome you all, and today I have decided to teach you a new lesson. Lesson number 9 from Beehive, and the name of the lesson is The Bond of Love, written by Kenneth Anderson. Now children, this is again a very nice story and a nice relationship, in fact a emotional bonding you can see in this story between a lady and a sloth bear. Now what is a sloth bear? You can see in the picture also. You can see here in the picture. Okay, this is a sloth bear, and when this bear was very small, it was bought by the narrator, and the wife took care of him, and there was a great bond developed between them. They both love and they were full of affection with each other. So students, I'm going to tell you about the author in the beginning, and then I will be doing the background. I will be telling you about the background of the story, and finally I will be doing the explanation. So let's start the story. And so students, I'm going to read this lesson, The Bond of Love, and before starting I will be telling you something. I will be telling you about the author Kenneth Anderson. So Kenneth Anderson, he was born on 8 March 1910, and he died on 30 August 1974. He was an Indian born British writer, and he was also a hunter children who wrote books about his adventure in the jungle of South India. He was from a Scottish family that settled in India for 6 generations. His father, Douglas Stewart Anderson, was superintendent of the FCMA in Pune, Maharashtra, and dealt with the salary split to military personnel. Having an honorary rank of captain, his father had a rifle, hunted for waterfowl, and influenced Anderson's decision to become a hunter. So children, very few writers are hunter, but here Kenneth Anderson, he is both an Indian born British writer as well as he is a good hunter. So this is all about the author which I have told you. Now children, in this lesson, first of all, there is a bond of love between a woman and a bear. So this bond of love is a story of emotional bonding between a lady and a bear. The author once found an orphaned sloth bear. Sloth bear you can see in the picture children, and presented to his wife. So the sloth bear, when he was a baby, he was presented to his wife. The animal and his mistress could not live apart from each other. Now children, there was a strong bonding and friendship developed between them, that they were not able to live away without each other. The narrator is highlighting the fact that a wrong act can be redeemed by man if he or she makes a attempt to do so. Animal, whether it is a wild animal or it is a domestic animal, student, respond equally to love and affection. If you will love them, definitely they are going to love you. They will be more faithful than your friends and the other human being. Okay, so enjoy this story when I will be telling you about it. And now let me tell you about the background of the story. So the story is about a very wonderful relationship between a bear and the narrator's wife. Now it so happened that while on a hunt, the mother of a sloth bear was shot dead. That means one day writer was going on somebody shot the mother of this sloth bear and she died. And who was that somebody? It was the narrator and his friend. All of a sudden, they notice a little baby bear sitting anxiously near the mother. Now the mother died, and a baby bear, it came and sit near its dying mother. The narrator ran up and captured it. Now children, narrator, at first he was not knowing what to do, but then finally he ran up and he caught that bear. They put it in a gunny bag and gifted it to his wife. Now that baby bear was beautiful. It was very chubby and it was very small. So they put it in a gunny bag and they gifted it to his wife. Now a strong bond of love developed between the two. However, after a while, the grown bear was tough to handle and he was sent to a zoo. Both the mistress and her bear lived in a very stressful situation. That means they were not able to live without each other because a strong bonding of friendship and love developed between these two, the lady and that baby bear. Now that baby bear, now he is grown up, so it was very difficult for him to handle, and that was the reason he was sent to a zoo. With the permission of the superintendent, they were able to drive him from the zoo. Now children, with a very difficulty, they, with the help of the superintendent, they have brought once again back to their house from the zoo. Once he was back, they created an island for him to live a free and wonderful life. His human mom would go and spend time with him every day. So children, you can see how nicely he was cared by the wife of the narrator. So in this story you will find that a love and friendship was developed between human being and wild animal. Okay, and how he was rescued by the writer, by the author, how he was brought to his house, how he was taken care by his wife, what he used to eat, what he used to drink. Everything I will be telling you when I will be explaining you the story. So student, let me tell you about the summary of the story. So this bond of love is the story I told you about love and friendship between a pet bear cub and the author's wife. He got the bear cub for her by accident. 2 years ago, when they were passing through the sugarcane fields near Mysore, people were driving away the wild pigs from their fields. Okay, so when they were driving near the fields near Mysore, people, the farmers, they might be the farmers, and they were driving what? They were driving away the wild pigs from their field. Some were shot dead and others escaped. Suddenly, a sloth bear came out of the fields. She was panting in the hot sun. The author did not want to shoot at her. One of his companions shot the bear on the spot, and finally the animal died. When the dead body of that bear was lying on the road, they saw a baby bear riding on his mother's back. The little bear ran around the dead body of his mother, not knowing that what had happened to her. And that cub was making a pitiful noise, and afterward he ran from there into the sugar field. Well, the author was feeling pity for that cub. At last the author was able to catch him, and the little bear struggled to free himself. He tried to scratch him with his long hooked claws. So they put him in a gunny bag and brought him to Bangalore. He presented the little creature to his wife. She was very happy. She was very much delighted, students. The cub was a male. She named it Bruno. So, what was the name given to that cub? Yes, it was the name Bruno given to him. The author wife looked after the baby bear as if it were her own child. So children, that it was looked like she was caring as if that bear was her own child. Bruno soon took to drinking milk from a bottle. Now children, first thing what she had done, she had given him a milk in a bottle. He started eating and drinking a lot of things. Now children, the he started growing now, and at the same time he started drinking a lot of things. He was started eating a lot of things which was given to him. He ate porridge, vegetables, fruits, nuts, meat, rice, eggs, etc. He also drank tea, milk, coffee, and even beer and liquor. Now children, the narrator, they already had two Alsatian dogs. The baby bear became friendly with the dogs and all the children. So the baby bear was such a nice bear that he not only became friendly with that dog, the two dogs which they had, but they were friendly with all the children. He enjoyed himself freely. He spent his time in playing, running into the kitchen and sleeping in their bed. So this shows that he was taken care by the author's wife in a very nice manner. Now let's see what happened. So he was enjoying his life. He was eating all sorts of things given to him by the mistress of the house, and at the same time, student, he was drinking everything like tea, coffee, milk, beverages, and then the liquor, beer, everything. One day, an accident befell him. The author, okay, what happened to him, to the bear? The author accidentally, means unknowingly, he put down barium carbonate in the library, and it was a poison. Actually, it was put down there to kill rat, but unfortunately, children, Bruno entered the library and ate some of the poison. He suffered from a stroke of paralysis. As soon as he had taken that poison, he was suffering from a stroke of paralysis. But he dragged himself slowly to the author's wife. He was weakening rapidly. Anyhow, he carried himself to the author's wife, and she could see that he is getting weaker. He was vomiting and breathing heavily. 10 cc of antidote was given to him. Now children, immediately he was taken to the hospital, to the veterinary. One of the veterinary doctor saw him. He was given antibiotics. Another 10 cc was injected on his body, and finally Bruno got up and enjoyed a good meal. Another time the little bear drank a gallon of old engine oil. Now children, this was not enough. One more time something happened to him. He drank a gallon of old engine oil, but it had no ill effects whatever on him. But that engine oil was digested by him very easily, so no accident. Well, months rolled on. Bruno had grown in size. Now children, he was not a dog, he was not a cat, he was a baby. He was brought as a cub of the bear. Now children, month passed, and Bruno also started growing, but not only he had become very huge, but day by day his size was growing bigger. He had equaled the two dogs in height and even looked bigger than them. Sometimes children, he was equal to the two dogs. His height was much bigger than these two dogs. All Shishan already they are the huge dog. They are the large dog. At time he was playful and mischievous. He was very fond of them all. Above all, he loved the author's wife. She loved him too. She had changed his name from Bruno to Baba. Now, children, but to whom he was very fond of, he was fond of author's wife. Even she used to love him very much, and sometimes used to play very much with her. Now, children, she had changed his name from Bruno to Baba. Now her name was not Bruno. His name was not Bruno. His name was Baba. Now the baby bear could also do a few tricks. Like at her command, Baba could wrestle or box or would hold a stick like a gun. But because of the tenants' children, he had to be chained most of the time. Now, children, the tenants they were having kids. Just for the safety of the kid, he was tied. He was tied in a chain most of the time. He had to be chained most of the time. The author, his son and friend advised her to give Baba to the zoo at Mysore. He had become too big to be kept at home. At last, she consented. A letter was written to the curator of the zoo. The zoo sent, now children, letter was written to take Baba, but since he was a big bear, so a cage was also sent from Mysore in a lorry. Baba was packed. Packed means he was in a cage and he was sent to the zoo. All of them missed him greatly, but the person who missed him very was narrator's wife. The moment he went from there, she started crying. For a few days, she would not eat anything. She wrote of letters to the curator of the zoo. Even Baba was inconsolable there. Even he wrote that he is not also satisfied here. He refused food too. Even he is not taking his food. He was well but looked thin and sad. Now he told ki everything is well, but he is looking very sad and very thin because he is not eating anything. The author stopped his wife from visiting Mysore for 3 months. She was adamant. At last he took his wife to Bruno or Baba. Now children, for 3 months he told his wife not to go and visit him, but finally she was adamant and he had to take his wife to the zoo. Well, when she saw Baba, even at first the friends and the family guessed that the bear would not recognize her, but the moment she stepped inside near Baba cage, he saw her and he recognized her. He cried with happiness. He was so happy that he started making a different type of sound. He started crying. She ran up to him and patted him through the bar. He stood in delight. She would not leave the cage for 3 hours. She gave him a lot of things to eat also, like tea, cakes, ice cream and what not. At last the closing time came and they had to leave. The author wife wept bitterly. Baba also cried bitterly. Even the hard curator was sad and moved. She requested him to send Baba back. He showed his helplessness. Baba was now the government property, so now it was very difficult for them to carry back at home. And he advised him, the curator of the zoo, that if they wanted to take him back, then they have to take special permission from the superintendent of the zoo. So she pleaded with tears in her eyes. The superintendent was a kind-hearted man. He consented. Okay. He lent them a cage for transporting Baba back to Bangalore. Well, finally, Baba was driven into a small cage. He was hoisted on top of the car. At home, an island was made for Baba. It was 20 feet long and 15 feet wide. Because now Baba, he had become so huge, and finally he was not a pet animal. So children, that was the reason that they have to take the precaution. And that wise, children, an island was made for Baba. It was 20 feet long and 15 feet wide. It was surrounded by a moat. It was 6 feet wide and 7 feet deep. A wooden box was kept for Baba to sleep in at night. Straw was placed inside to keep him warm. In a few days, Baba was released in an island. He was delighted, he was happy. The author wife spent hours sitting there. Baba sat on her lap. Baba was 15 months old and quite happy now. Now, children, with this, I have completed the background of the story. In this story of man's love and friendship with a baby bear, the baby bear has many human qualities. He has sense of love, affection, he was loyalty. And children, remember when his wife came to when she visited him to the zoo, he immediately saw and recognized her. So I mean to say, if you will love your pet animals or any animals, even they will love you. Okay, and we should take care for them, we should not hurt them, we should take care for them. And now I will be doing the explanation of the chapter. Now children, before we read, there are some points given here and we should read these points. So the first one, can there be love and friendship between human beings and wild animals? Of course, the story is there. Okay, let's read a fascinating account of an orphaned sloth bear that was rescued by the author. So a bear was rescued by the author, and how his family, especially his wife, behaved with the bear with a very loving manner. She behaved with the bear. In fact, both were not able to reach with live with one another. Now I will go through the second point. Sloth bear inhabit forested area, including the tropical rainforest of India. And grassland at lower elevations. Sloth bear have very shaggy hair and long muzzles. Muzzles is the nose. The nose is very long. Using their claws to dig, they can then use their lips to form a tube. Now children, they dig the place. Their muzzle, their lips, they can make it round like a tube, and then they can, in some hole, they can go eat the animals which they lives in the hole. Using their claws to dig, they can then use their lips to form a tube which can go deep into the ground or into hard to reach areas like dead trees for their food. Their main food is termites. Termites, children, that is their main food. You can hear them suck up their food from several feet away. Now this is also a very important point. I think we were not knowing this point, that they suck up their food from several feet away. And muzzle, I told you about muzzle. Okay, so it's like a long nose. Now I will go through the explanation part. We will do the explanation part. So I'm going to read it. I will begin with Bruno, my wife's pet sloth bear. I got him for her by accident. Now the author is telling children, I'm here. I think everybody should know where I'm teaching you. I will begin with Bruno, my wife's pet sloth bear. Now the author is telling that I'm going sloth bear, children, bear who walk slowly. And children, I told you in my background of the story also that how the writer brought Bruno to his wife, how his mother died and he took it in a gunny bag and give that bear to his wife. She was very delighted to have that bear. So I will begin with Bruno, my wife pet sloth bear. I got him for her by accident. So he did not in fact actually bought for her, he got it by accident. 2 years ago we were passing through the sugarcane field near Mysore. Now children, he is telling in the initial part of the lesson, the writer is telling that how actually sloth bear came to their house. 2 years ago we were passing through the sugarcane field near Mysore. People were driving away the wild pigs from the fields by shooting at them. So children, these might be the farmers. They were shooting wild pigs because these pigs, they were coming and spoiling their farms. Some were shot and some escaped. So here I am. Some were shot and some escaped. They shoot some of the pigs and some of the pig it escaped. Okay. We thought that everything was over when suddenly a black sloth bear came out panting in the hot sun. Panting is, children, what is the meaning of this word? Panting. Panting means to breathe heavily. She was panting and in the hot sun. Now I will not shoot a sloth bear wantonly. Wantonly means without any reason. Wantonly means without any reason. But unfortunately for the poor beast, one of my companions did not feel that way about it. Now children, he was thinking not to shoot because he knew this is the season where the sloth bear, they have their babies also. So suppose if some bear will have small cubs, then who is going to take care? So he decided not to shoot, but one of his friend, okay, he shot unfortunately at the poor beast. One of my companion did not feel that way about it and promptly shot the bear on the spot. So that bear was shot on the spot. Promptly means here it is. Let me tell you once again. Promptly means at once. Write the meaning of promptly. The meaning of promptly is at once. So his friend abruptly he shot the bear on the spot. As he was the fallen animal, we were surprised to see that the black fur on his back moved and left the prostrate body. Prostrate in the lying position. What is the meaning of prostrate? In the lying position. Now children, when they were surprised because everything this incident took in a very quick manner, everybody was so surprised. They were looking at the bear and suddenly they saw that some black fur on his back moved and left the prostrate body. Prostrate is lying position. Then we saw it was a you can see children here the meaning of prostrate is there. Lying on the ground facing downwards and wantonly for no good reason. Okay, so you have to learn all these difficult words or the new words. Well, so poor mother was shot, and they had found that the baby bear that had been riding on its mother back when the sudden shot had killed her. The little creature ran around its prostrate parent, making a pitiful noise. Poor baby. He was not knowing what happened to his mother. But he knew something bad has happened because he was making a pitiful noise. So children, I have completed till here only. Now in my next video I will continue the other part of the lesson. With this I conclude my video here, and thank you and have a nice time.